The gun roared, and the curator felt a searing heat as the bullet lodged in his stomach. He fell forward, struggling against the pain. Slowly, Saunier rolled over and stared back through the bars at his attacker. The man was now taking dead aim at Saunier's head. Saunier closed his eyes, his thoughts a swirling tempest of fear and regret. The click of an empty chamber echoed through the corridor. The curator's eyes flew open. The man glanced down at his weapon, looking almost amused. He reached for a second clip, but then seemed to reconsider, smirking calmly at Saunier's gut. "My work here is done." "Pain is good, monsieur," the man said. Then he was gone. Alone now, Jacques Saunier turned his gaze again to the iron gate. He was trapped, and the doors couldn't be reopened for at least 20 minutes. By the time anyone got to him, he would be dead. Even so, the fear that now gripped him was the fear far greater than that of his own death. I must pass on the secret. Staggering to his feet, he pictured his 3 murdered brethren. He thought of the generations who had come before them, of the mission with which they had all been entrusted. An unbroken chain of knowledge. Suddenly now, despite all the precautions, despite all the fail-safes, Jacques Saunier was the only remaining link, the sole guardian of one of the most powerful secrets ever kept. The Da Vinci Code has low-key been on my radar for a while. I thought it was time to check out what all the hubbub was about, and I'm proud to say it didn't screw with my head as I thought back when I was a teenager. I won't be going over too much into the plot of the book, because it's kind of complicated and I don't want to spoil it for you all. Basically, it's about Robert Langdon, a renowned professor of religious iconology, accused of murdering Jacques Saunier, the curator of the Louvre Museum in Paris. His quest to prove his innocence takes a colossal turn when he meets up with Saunier's granddaughter, Sophie, and they both have to find the hidden location of one of the most legendary pieces of treasure in human history, the Holy Grail. I definitely enjoyed the puzzle-solving aspect of the book, and I thought the twists were clever. I liked how Robert Langdon wasn't your typical action hero like Indiana Jones. Langdon is your average college professor who uses his mind to solve conflicts. I liked how Dan was able to keep the adventure sort of localized between the United Kingdom and France. That made the different locations unique. The pacing in the book was slower than I would have preferred, but there was more time to set up the characters and conflicts and motivations. I would rate this book a 3 out of 5. It's definitely worth checking out if you're looking for a good paperback read, but I wouldn't recommend it for history buffs. Let me explain. The author himself, Dan Brown, has said that 99% of the book is fact, which is kind of arrogant in my opinion and is misleading to the general audience. I like Clive Cussler novels because he's able to mix his modern techno-thrillers with historical events and lost treasure stories. Never once did he try to pass off his stories as fact. His ideas and theories are only meant to entertain and fill in the gaps of the unexplained. A lot of websites online have debunked Brown's theories, and that's the sad part. If the author marketed the book as fiction and not tried to take on the Catholic Church and the historical community, he wouldn't have been under so much scrutiny. The Da Vinci Code is a good read, nothing more. That'll be it for this one. Let me know what you thought about the Da Vinci Code in the comments. As always, let me know what you want me to read next, and I will see you on the next treasure hunt.